So, Donald Trump has recently suggested that the new Starbucks coffee cups, the red cups, are proof of a war on Christmas. Watch this clip.
Today I read, and I have Starbucks, they're my tenants. Did you read about Starbucks? No more Merry Christmas on Starbucks, no more. I wouldn't buy. Hey, look, I'm speaking against myself. I have one of the most successful Starbucks in Trump Tower. Maybe we should boycott Starbucks. I don't know. Seriously. I don't care. By the way, that's the end of that lease, but who cares? Who cares? Who cares? But today, a big story that Starbucks is taking Merry Christmas off. No more Merry Christmas. I will tell you, lots of big things, lots of little things. You can call this anything you want. But if I become president, we're all going to be saying Merry Christmas again. That I can tell you. That I can tell you.
Okay. Can Donald Trump go 5 minutes without talking about how successful and awesome Donald Trump is? Oh, yeah, I'm one of the most successful Starbucks inside Trump Tower. But you know what? Who cares? Who cares? Well, obviously, if it didn't care, you wouldn't bring it up all the time. I'm just saying. But seriously, that's a good question. Who cares? Who cares, right? Well, apparently, just you. And a very few people. And I'll get into that. But what he said was, we're all going to be saying Merry Christmas again. Really? Well, what are you going to do? Force people to say Merry Christmas? It's not like we can't say Merry Christmas. I just said it. I'm probably going to say it a lot this holiday season. I've got some very religious family members. And I'm going to tell them, Merry Christmas. It's not as if we can't say those words. It's not as if we're banned. It's insane, right? Well, what else is he going to do? Well, is he going to force companies to put up Christmas decorations too? Is that what's going to happen? Well, what happened to small government? What happened to religious freedom? What happened to liberty? Do you not believe in freedom anymore? Look, we can talk about religious freedom, right? But what about freedom from religion, if you so choose? Look, as a company, you can choose to not to do Christmas decorations, or you can choose to do all of them. It's really up to the individual, and it's up to the company to decide whether or not that's what they feel like doing. Pretty simple, right? It's your choice. It's also your choice as a private citizen to celebrate whatever holiday you want or not. So, I don't know. I find this whole idea that whether or not you want to celebrate Christmas or not somehow means you have a war against Christmas. Saying the words Happy Holidays, somehow war on Christmas. It's insane, right? But let's be honest. Some people who claim to be representing a lot of Christians, like Pastor Joshua Forstein and even Donald Trump now, which is hilarious. Even Donald Trump is trying to represent Christians on this issue. But most Christians don't care. Most people don't give a shit. And I have a little bit of a personal anecdote, and I realize that it doesn't represent everybody. But I have some religious family members, as I had mentioned. And one of them recently posted an article from a pastor named Josh Harding, who said this. Quote, I think this whiny persecution complex is ridiculous. First of all, we should not be so easily offended. Second of all, there are people in our world facing genuine persecution, actually dying for Christ. And I think that's a really good point. People out there in different areas, the Egyptian Coptic Christians in Syria, they are getting killed. In Iraq, they're being beheaded by ISIS. There's some real issues over here. And he points that out. But he says, while we complain about coffee cups and Christmas card slogans, as people are actually dying. Okay, hey, look, you paint a pretty good picture. You make a really good argument. And he says, lastly, I don't think my Savior cares one bit about the color of a coffee cup or how many times a retailer might use his name in an advertising campaign. I know it's just one example, but seriously, I can almost guarantee 98 to 99% of Christians don't actually give a fuck about this cup controversy. And I think most people don't feel that there is a war on Christmas. If anything, Christmas has declared war on every other holiday before it. The day after Halloween, you immediately start hearing Christmas music and people putting up trees. It seems like, I don't know, Christmas is attempting to absorb all the other holidays. Hey, let's do something radical here and actually celebrate one holiday at a time, without the other holidays trying to eat into each other. That'd be great. But that's just my whole personal heathen opinion. All right. But as for Pastor Harding, I think he does represent the majority of Christians in saying it's not a big deal. Let's stop being offended, if we are at all, and get on with our lives. And to that I say, well said, Pastor Harding. Well said.